right, now Disney's latest move has left many scratching their heads and questioning the motives behind it. And what am I talking about? Well, brace yourselves. It's because the fabulous Miss Marvel program is making her way to broadcast television on ABC. It's actually coming up next month. But let's be honest, this move absolutely reeks of desperation and, of course, defeat for Marvel's lackluster Disney Plus shows. It also indicates that they're going to try to get as much money out of this garbage as they possibly can. So there's some details here we need to explore. Let's dive in. Here we go. All right, so TV Line is reporting that the entire first season of Miss Marvel, which originally premiered on Disney Plus last summer, will be shown on ABC, the mainstream linear network. And this marks the first time that one of Marvel's shows previously only on Disney Plus will be aired in its entirety on broadcast television. Now, the first 3 episodes are scheduled to air on Saturday, August 5th. That gives you kind of an idea of their release scheme when it comes to the future of these programs. And it also indicates just how many commercials are going to be in there as well. The second set of episodes are going to premiere on Saturday, August 12th, also from 8 to 11. And I imagine those 3 hours of television will be as mind-numbing as they were on streaming. Now, we need to address the elephant in the room. The decision to bring Miss Marvel to broadcast television is undeniably fueled by desperation on 2 fronts, and let me tell you, they're pretty obvious. Firstly, the lackluster reception and disinterest in the series has left Disney desperate to find some kind of an audience. They're so desperate, in fact, that they're actually resorting to airing it on commercial TV. They're hoping for a miracle to turn their unprofitable venture into cash, and frankly, I think it's a Hail Mary at best. Now, secondly, they have an upcoming film project called The Marvels, and that's already on a trajectory of failure. Early audience reactions range from apathy to outright antagonism, and that spells trouble for Disney's latest unwanted, unnecessary cinematic endeavor. It's actually safe to say that this film is poised to hemorrhage money, just like many of their other recent efforts. Frankly, I don't think I've seen tracking this bad in quite some time, and it is right in line with pretty much everything that Disney in particular has been bringing to the theaters for, I guess, a full phase and maybe a half now. I don't know. Are we in phase 5? Is there a phase 5? Phase 4 feels like a complete failure, and now that we are seeing revised, accurate budgets for these productions, perhaps Phase 4 made no money. Can you imagine an entire couple of years where Disney made no money on theatrical releases? That'd be calamitous. So the TV Line article goes on to suggest that this move could be a strategic response to the ongoing SAG-AFTRA WGA strikes, with networks scrambling to fill all that airtime amidst production delays because they're not making anything. And while there may be validity to that, it's definitely some speculation. It kind of highlights the desperate attempts to salvage unpopular series like Miss Marvel, even though from what I'm to understand, it was an okay show. Now, we may witness more streaming titles finding their way onto broadcast television in the coming months, at least I fully expect that, because the studios are going to try to recover from their financial missteps. And when you add in the strike, there are even more of those to come. Now, let's not forget this. ABC previously aired the pilot episode of The Mandalorian. That was another highly acclaimed Disney Plus show, probably the only one that they've ever made that, well, has deserved any kind of acclaim, at least until the most recent season. And you've seen CBS and NBC follow suit, airing specific episodes of Star Trek Discovery and The Resort, respectively, on their respectively, from their own streaming platforms. As for a potential second season of Miss Marvel, those rumors are absolutely wild and unsubstantiated. And frankly, it's understandable why Disney Plus has not officially greenlit anything having to do with this show yet. I don't know how you could write another check after a show that really didn't get anybody watching it. I mean, the first season failed to capture or captivate any viewers, and the only guarantee that we have to see Iman Vellani, who, by the way, just an amazing little actress for somebody who has zero experience. The only time you're going to see her is going to be in this Miss Marvel film coming up That's right, the MCU film is set to hit theaters on November 10th at the end of this year. What an interesting window they placed it in, and I think they may be setting it up for failure. Now, in the grand scheme of things, this move to broadcast television could be just the tip of the iceberg. Truly, with every major studio hemorrhaging just piles of money on their streaming service game, they need to pivot back to traditional advertising models in order to, well, become viable again. And it's a predictable turn of events, to be fair, and many of us saw it coming from the very beginning when all of these experiments began. Industry insiders like my friend Jonas J. Campbell are placing bets that we'll see the entirety of The Mandalorian and other shows on ABC TV, Freeform, and other linear distribution outlets. And it's obviously another desperate attempt to salvage wasted millions and recoup losses. And now I just feel like I'm being redundant. So it's time to hear your thoughts. Do you see Ms. Marvel's move to broadcast television as an act of desperation? I think you already know my thoughts on that one. And is this a feeble attempt to prop up interest in the poorly conceived film The Marvels? I would say probably so. And do you believe that streaming services are scrambling to recover from their colossal mistake of investing in this streaming folly from the very beginning? Feel free to share your opinions in the comment section down below, and let's ignite a conversation, because I think there's a lot to talk about here. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.